originally has always been about dogs. So I was really into pit bulls for a long time.
Where'd that begin? Like that's like
had a pit bull in college. One of my best friends, who's a emergency room orthopedic surgeon and speaks like 9 languages, and he's like a genius guy. He taught me all about pit bulls and like taught me why they're the most misunderstood dog in the world, and like what their strengths were, what their weaknesses were, you know, why they're just like everything about them. And I just fell in love with pit bulls. He had a pit bull named Killian that we had to put to sleep at an early age and was like really sad for us. And then he had a pit bull named Artemis, who's the Greek goddess of hunt. Yeah. And he couldn't keep her because he was doing his what's when doctors have to do their residency. So, you know, it's like for an orthopedic surgeon, they have no time whatsoever. So he was like, hey man, can you take care of my dog? Well, that turned into like 3 years. So I had his dog for 3 years, and then of course he wanted the dog back. I was like, you're not getting the dog back. Yeah. And then we almost had a falling out because I wasn't gonna give him his dog back. I'm like, bro, it's been 3 years. She's my dog. Like, come on. Like, you know. And so we started arguing or whatever, but I ended up keeping the dog. And what's crazy is my mom was horrified of dogs. She was attacked by 2 German Shepherds when she was pregnant with me, fell down the stairs, they attacked her. So she was horrified of dogs until I brought my pit bull home, and she locked herself in the room for 3 days. And then by the end of my trip home, she was sleeping in the bed with my dog. And that's the power of pit bulls. Like pit bulls, we call her like human face, because like when you look in the eyes of a pit bull, it's almost like looking in the eyes of a human. It's crazy.
And I'm not trying to go too sidetracked, but there is a lot of negative connotation with pit bulls.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, people think they have like lockjaw and they're aggressive, and you know, and that stems from the owners and for the history of them fighting pit bulls. But if you really think about it, pit bulls, if you fight pit bulls, well, the handlers are like separating them and everything. So if they were human aggressive, you wouldn't be able to fight them because they'd be attacking all the humans. So they're actually not
Why
human
were they always
aggressive.
trained to fight? Because they're just great fighting dogs?
Because they're great fighting dogs. They're literally bred to fight because they
and that began like hundreds?
Probably. I mean, I would say, I mean, don't quote me on all this, but I'm not a pit bull expert, but I mean, it's been around for a long, long time.
And so from your knowledge though, like with pit bulls, is there more attacks from pit bulls than any other type of dog, and therefore
No, it's actually the opposite. I think there's more people bit by chihuahuas than there are pit bulls, but seriously. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, if you really like look into it.
So this friend gets you into pit bulls.
Yeah.
You have Artemis in college, or that's after?
Yeah, it was in college. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, guys, if you want to pick up women, get you a pit bull puppy. It works wonders.
And so when you moved to Miami, you still had your pit bulls with you, or no? Like that was or mom.
So when I moved to Miami, I brought both of my pit bulls. At that time, I had Artemis and Monita, so I had 2 pit bulls, and I brought them to Miami. Which, by the way, they were legal in Miami.
And when you started traveling, that you would get a friend to watch it.
My mom and dad took them.
So you always had pit bulls from holding.
Yeah.
Legacy begins as a pit bull name.
So no, Legacy was. So if you really think about the lineage of dogs, they're like they breed them like horses.
Yep.
You know, like you have like the sire and the, you know what I mean?
You can follow the bloodline.
You can follow the bloodline. And to me, that represented legacy. So Legacy was always a name and I also think it's a cool name. Like I think it's an amazing. I just thought it was a cool name. So Legacy was supposed to be the name of the t-shirt line, and it was pictures of different famous pit bulls with their character traits on them. So it was like loyalty, commitment, like all these adaptability. Like it was like keywords and then the picture of the pit bull. And that was
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was.
Well, you should actually bring that back.
Yeah, no, I might do that.